Maybe I should do something besides just stand here.
Vader, docking maneuvers complete. Alpha Control awaits your command.
I see. And our unwelcome guests?
Ah, we've temporarily lost them.
Is Darth Vader gonna have to choke a bitch?
All decks on red alert. Double the search patrols. There'll be no one to stop us this time.
Yes, Lord.
Oh, of course this game would have a sewer level. Ah, we're CG now!
Darker than Sarlacc's belly down here.
Turn on your night vision. And hurry, they won't be far behind. Watch your step.
Suddenly I'm reminded of Reboot for some reason.
They're following us. Take the ones ahead. I'll cover the rear.
So yeah, now this level uses night vision, and we just have to short Stormtroopers. This level is probably the most interesting in terms of, like, you know, its color scheme, and it actually looks kind of like an FPS a little bit, even though it is still on rails. And speaking of first-person shooters, I'm pretty certain that the gun sprite that you're using there is the same one used in Star Wars Dark Forces, which was a Doom-like shooter set around Star Wars, and that was the blaster rifle. And what's funny is that Star Wars Dark Forces was also ported to the PlayStation 1, and that was also called a custom PlayStation edition.
This way, I think. No, wait. It's this way.
I have a bad feeling about this.
How can you have a bad feeling when you're already fighting Stormtroopers before? Yeah, forget it. Anyway, speaking of Dark Forces, I have that game on PlayStation as well, but that game, or that PlayStation version, PlayStation Custom Edition, is just another way of saying this has lower frame rate and graphics than in the PC version. And honestly, between getting that on PSN or Steam, just get it for Steam for like $5. Camera panning.
The path's blocked. We'll have to go around.
I copy. I'm right behind you.
You know, out of all the FMV levels in this game, this one's actually probably the most immersive and, as I said before, the most impressive use of technology. If only because the night vision actually makes it look like a video game and not, you know, cheesy FMV. Ah, okay, what are those little, like, training things coming after us? That's always been an enemy in the Star Wars game, but you only saw it, like, once when Luke was training with his lightsaber. Yeah, forget it. I guess they could be used for other purposes as well. They could be like multi-purpose security training droids or whatever. You know, one common thing in all the Star Wars games is that the Stormtroopers are never too bright. They always pretty much just stay in one spot, and then you can just wait for them to come out and just shoot them, like, you know, pretty much have bullseyes on their heads at this point.
We're underneath the service hangar. We need to get up above. There's a freight elevator on the left. We must be close. Head that way.
There's someone coming down.
So yeah, the whole point of this level is just to go underneath and then up into the hangar area where those Phantom TIE Fighters are. Though I do have one question. How exactly is this a sewer? This just looks like a maintenance area or something. Like, they call it a sewer, but I don't see sewage. Well, then again, not that I would want to see it, but... and since we're in night vision, we probably wouldn't be able to see it anyway, but... whatever.
That's our way out of here. Let's go. I hope no one's expecting us up there.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't be guarding all the elevators and everything, would they?
Trooper,
Yes, sir.
be on the lookout for anything unusual.
Yes, sir. It's been all clear here. Nothing to report.
There's obvious green screening kind of as unusual, sir.
Stay alert. You screw up one more time, I'll have you transferred to a refuse barge where you'll stay for the next 20 years.
Yes, sir. Not to worry. Absolutely nothing will go unnoticed on my shift.
Very well.
Good thing they only have the one stormtrooper guarding this entire hangar. And I guess that officer too, but still. Elevator activated! Elevator activated! Okay, we take off our helmets and put on our Logitech headsets.
Far so good. Can you fly this thing?
I think so.
Hopefully convenient this is a two-seater and that we know how to fly it.
There. That ought to do it. Now, let's see what this baby can do.
Oh sweet, there's a CD player in this. I should totally put in my Rush CD in this.
that one going? Haven't these ships already been serviced?
Look out!
Quick, duck out of the way of the CG! And thus the rebels pull off the easiest capture vehicle mission ever. So now we have to escape from the Star Destroyer, because we're just able to. It's not like they would instantly lock down everything right away. No, that wouldn't make sense in Star Wars. We have to have a dramatic escape sequence. So this is just one of those levels where you have to shoot stuff and avoid things at the same time, which includes all these TIE Phantoms being serviced and all the turrets and Stormtroopers and everything that are pretty much just out to stop you. They pretty much throw everything at you. Though surprisingly, this is not the hardest level, despite being like one of the last ones in the game. And we have these shields. You just shoot down the obvious things that you need to shoot to bring down the shields. The aiming is not that good though, with aiming those things when they're far apart though. Like, aiming is really finicky on the PlayStation, as I said before. And if you just go through those shields, you just take a lot of damage. That's pretty much it. This level is also a bit of a dick because they'll throw stuff right into your face at the last second kind of thing, and you don't really have a lot of maneuverability, so getting hit by everything is something that'll probably happen a lot when you play this game, especially for the first time. This is actually technically my second complete playthrough of the game, and even then I still get hit a lot and crash into everything. That's why I pretty much just stick with normal on the for time and Let's Play sakes, because as we'll see later on, there isn't much difference between the harder difficulties. And I'm pretty much just button mashing, trying to get my way through the shield generators, which I did manage to get the last one there. Yeah, I pretty much just activate turbo. I'm just really hammering the X button right now here for whatever reason. I don't know, I guess I just felt like getting all of my angst toward this game all at once just by just mashing the X button here. And after another sequence of stuff, we enter this part where we just go into a continuous circle and we have to shoot down all these red things. So once again, we have yet another level where we have to go into something. In this case, it's the Star Destroyer or the facility or whatever this is, and blow it up from the inside, because you're just able to. You can just fly into it with a ship and just blow it up. You think the Empire would learn from the Death Star, but apparently not in the video games. And yeah, this part takes a little while because you're going into a big circle just shooting down all the red things. And you have to avoid those stupid annoying droid things that shoot lightning at you. Yeah, come on. Okay, I think there's just one more little red thing. Or a couple more. Wow, I'm very low in health, and these droids aren't helping much. Come on. Where are you, red target thing? There we go. And surprisingly, we didn't die. We actually completed the level there. And once again, we fly out of a big tunnel that just happened to just go right into space right there. That just seems pretty silly, but whatever. We completed the chapter. Yay. Hooray, we destroyed yet another giant thing from the Empire.
Great. Looks like we're clear.
Yeah, I'm plotting a course for the rendezvous point. Scanners are picking up something strange. I can't get a firm fix on anything.
Klingons! No, wait. Phantom TIE Fighters.
How'd they get out in front of us?
They flew in front of you?
Rearm the laser cannon. This isn't going to be easy.
Why was it deactivated in the first place?
Here they come.
Oh goody, it's one of these levels where we just fly around and shoot TIE fighters, or in this case TIE phantoms, but it doesn't really matter because it's still the same goddamn thing, and this is like the 4th time we had to do a mission like this in this stupid game, and I'm sick of it, and I don't know what to say or even what else there is to even say that it's new, because I ran out of things to say for these types of missions, and fuck it, I'm not going to say anything at all. Well, okay, maybe there are a couple things I can think of to talk about, at least not in this level in particular, but more about the fan TIEs themselves. Like, I know they're supposed to be really advanced TIE fighters, but what exactly makes them, like, really stand out other than the fact that they can cloak? And there's also the fact that it apparently requires 2 pilots, like I'm guessing 1 gunner and 1 pilot. But even then, it's not all that different from the other craft. But, yeah, whatever. And that Super Star Destroyer is taking a long time to blow up. There's like little mini explosions still going on and stuff, and you can really see how warped and distorted the FMV can get when you move around in this sequence. So yeah. They're coming from random number generator. That's always been a science fiction cliche, isn't it? Just say a random number and that's supposedly where, you know, fighters or whatever are coming from, because space and science fiction. You know, since we're this close to the Super Star Destroyer now, we can definitely see how fake the explosions look. They're just literally just kind of painted on there, on this image scrolling FMV. And these TIE Phantoms, are they still launching out of the Super Star Destroyer as it's blowing up? Because that's pretty determined if that's the case.
Can't take much more of this.
I know, it's getting really repetitive.
Hold on, I'm still trying the cloaking field. Wait. I got it working.
About time. Wow, I had surprisingly high accuracy there, even though I was just shooting everywhere as usual.
We cannot control the damage, Lord Vader. The reactor core could go critical at any time.
Disengage from space dock.
We cannot, my lord. Docking controls are inoperative.
Then I must leave here on my own. You have bathed me for the last time. You will not have an opportunity to do so again.
Bitch. So I just assume this is just another Super Star Destroyer they had, and that the one in the movies didn't get blown up till episode 6. Assuming this takes place before episode 6, I think, anyway. And oh look!
That's where they're making the Phantom TIEs. There must be thousands of them in there. If we don't do something about them, it doesn't matter if we get this thing home or not.
What do you have in mind?
What do you think, genius?
Maybe it's better if you don't know. Just hang on and don't let go of those blaster controls.
I don't like the looks of this, Rue.
It's our only chance.
Yes, going in and blowing it up ourselves is much better than going back and reporting this to the rebels. So, yes, with the final chapter we have to destroy the facility that is making these Phantom TIE fighters. Because, hey, flying into facilities and stuff in this game proves so effective, might as well just do it for the last level as well. And of course, it's just another series of winding tunnels and stuff inside this giant facility that we can just inexplicably fly into and be lucky that there's no dead ends or anything, and that there's just a huge long tunnel into the core and we can blow it up, because that hasn't been done to death before in Star Wars, and especially in this game. Finally, a change of scenery. Which is, I guess, part of the factory that we can just fly into. Of course. And naturally we just have to shoot and avoid shit, like these mechanical arms that go up and down. I apologize if I don't sound too enthusiastic, but at this point I'm just already bored with the game, even though it's only been about an hour. It's just that this game just gets pretty monotonous at times. Because it's mostly the same thing, just over and over and over. I mean, I guess it looks kind of cool at times, but... I'm just glad this is the last level and we can just be done with this and over with. Oh, come on, more factory shit? Oh, I know this is the last level and it's supposed to be long, but come on! Oh, how nice of the facility to open doors for us into this tunnel into the reactor, or Death Star gun, from the looks of it, except it's red. So yeah, I wonder if this is the giant reactor or whatever it is, or I'm not sure what it is. It looks like it's a giant laser coming from the planet or moon or giant asteroid or whatever this place is from, and there's tons of lasers shooting at us and I can't shoot any of them. And oh, I shot a blue thing and that did it, and of course that set the laser off of alignment. You think they would have a safer power source or whatever than a giant laser that can just be misaligned and blow up the whole place. And of course that blows up that and all of its CG glory, and that for whatever reason makes the planet explode, or moon or asteroid or whatever it was. Sure, why not? And finally we're done with the game. Now we just have the ending. Geonosis? No, it couldn't be. Okay, push buttons and make random noises. Check.
There, we've sat down.
And thus the film crew comes out to celebrate on making this game. Any idea why we're still wearing these helmets? I don't know. Oh, sorry.
Well, kid, I didn't think you had it in you. Thank you, sir. Looks like the Alliance owes you a debt of gratitude. Without the advantage of their Phantom fleet, the Empire will have to face us on equal ground. Once again, you've saved us all.
And the ending gets cut off there when you finish the game on easy. There are slightly longer ending sequences when you finish the game on normal and on hard. I won't be showing that here in this video, but I will be making an extra part to this to show the endings and something else I've discovered with this game as well. But in the meantime, this is the end, my friends. So yeah, this was Star Wars Rebel Assault 2, The Hidden Empire. And, well, I know I sound not too enthusiastic throughout the entire game, and this was mostly just an excuse to riff and make fun of the game, and if it isn't obvious about how much I don't like FMV games sometimes. But surprisingly, this is actually one of the better, I want to say better made and thought out FMV games. Probably because this came out late during the FMV craze. This came out in like '95 and was on the PlayStation 1, and not a whole lot of FMV stuff was on the PlayStation 1. Like, it was mostly just in the early years of the PlayStation that had FMV stuff. Unless you count games with FMV movies that had a gameplay like the Wing Commander games. So those are on PlayStation, I think. And so yeah, this game was just... I don't want to say it's terrible, but it has not aged well, and it's very cheesy, and I know there are people that still have fond memories of it and that they still like it to some degree, but honestly, the only thing I just don't like about this game is just how it handles it. Like, especially the levels where you're like flying around trying to avoid stuff, it's really difficult to control, especially on the PlayStation version, because moving around with the D-pad it was very floaty, very clunky. It was just all over the place with the controls. the aiming wasn't that good either when it came to just aiming and shooting stuff with the D-pad. I don't think this game was compatible with the PlayStation mouse or anything like that. I guess I could check now if I can find the case here. Just a sec. No. This game is not compatible with anything. It's that early of a PlayStation game. Not compatible with analog control or mouse or anything. So you're pretty much just stuck using the D-pad the entire game. And I don't know if my opinion would change much anyway if I played the PC version, because I would still make fun of the whole dated FMVs and everything, so... But whatever, take what you will. Besides, I'm pretty sure there are worse Star Wars games out there than this. And I've yet to play Rebel Assault 1, which I maybe could get for the Sega CD or something, even though I know the Sega CD version has a missing level in that, but whatever, we'll see. Maybe, someday. And of course we have to say special thanks to George Lucas, who created Star Wars, and he gets like $1 million every time his name is mentioned, so... Anyway, more of the ending.
The rebels have eliminated your invincible fleet.
Yeah!
Yes, my master. The rebels have proven surprisingly clever, but we are not defeated.
Now, if only I knew where I was actually going. Well, time to return these to Lucasfilms.
So what's gonna happen to our little ghost ship there?
Our engineers are coming to examine it. I assume they'll try to adapt its technology to our own fighters.
And we blew up all their Phantom ships, so...
Right. So for a change, we might have the advantage over the Empire. The next time we go into battle...
Wah, wah, wah. Well, that sucks. Hey, you want to go out for coffee or something? And we have a high score because it's an older game and yeah, whatever. And we can save our game, but it takes up like 5 blocks, so no, so we might as well just use passcodes if we ever want to play the levels again. Which I probably won't. I'll probably use the passcodes to show the other endings, so I'll see you then. But in the meantime, this was Star Wars Rebel Assault 2. Thanks for watching.